Hello, my name is Kate Nani,
And I'm Austin Winslow.
and welcome to our first episode of Trojan TV.
In today's episode, we'll be focusing on college and career week and how we can better prepare ourselves for college.
Our reporter Jacob Rains interviewed Mrs. Minnemeyer and Mrs. Jansen, the A+ and Gold Scholar program leaders, and this is what they had to say.
Today we're interviewing Mrs. Minnemeyer and Miss Jansen. What does the A+ program do?
The A+ program is a program that students can participate in. Anybody can sign up and participate, where if you meet the requirements, it will offer funding from the state of Missouri to pay for 2 years at a community college or vocational technical school.
When does the A+ program start?
Most students sign up towards the end of 8th grade or beginning of 9th grade. The requirements look at all 4 years of high school, so it's a high school program.
What requirements are needed to join the A+ program?
Well, when you're joining the program, you're just saying you want to be in the program upon graduation. So by the time the end of senior year, you have to have a 2.5 or higher GPA, 95% attendance or higher, complete 50 tutoring hours, and we have a class at the high school called the A+ class, and most kids take that because you earn your tutoring hours, most of them in that class. You have to establish a math proficiency, and you can do that by getting proficient or advanced on your Algebra 1 EOC, Geometry, or Algebra 2, or a certain score on the math part of the ACT. And the last requirement is a good record of discipline and citizenship.
Is there anything else you'd like the middle school students to know about the A+ program?
Yeah, there are. A lot of students think, oh, I'm not going to start college at a community college, so I shouldn't do that program, or I'm not going to go to a vocational college. But there are quite a few 4-year colleges and universities in the state of Missouri that honor the A+ scholarship. It doesn't pay for full tuition like it would at a community college, but a lot of those universities know that kids walk to walk and talk to talk and met the criteria, and they recognize that by offering maybe $500 a year or $1,000 a year as a recognition scholarship. And the other thing is that a lot of kids say, well, I'm going to go to Mizzou, for example, and Mizzou doesn't recognize the A+ scholarship or give anything for it, so I'm not going to do it. But I've had a lot of students who've gone to Mizzou for a year and then ended up back home for a variety of reasons, and then were able to take advantage of their A+ scholarship because it's good for 4 full years from the date of graduation. So it's a great backup plan for any student, no matter what their plans are.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you know, if you meet the requirements of the A+ program, you'll get 2 years of free college at some schools in the state of Missouri?
How many hours honors courses do you have to take for Gold Scholar?
Okay, well, Gold Scholar, we require our students to have 12 honors courses, and those can be from different areas such as AP courses, which stands for Advanced Placement. You can take a dual enrollment class, which is a college credit class where you get high school credit and college credit. Or you could also take some other honors classes that are very rigorous and weighted, and those are classes that you need to meet 12 of those. And if you look at our Gold Scholar requirements online, we have majority of those listed, so you can get a better idea. They're the more rigorous courses in all of our core areas of math, English, science, and social studies.
What GPA do you have to maintain for Gold Scholar?
We recently, in the last couple of years, we upped that grade point average to a 3.5, and that's weighted. So previously it was a little bit lower, but now that we offer a weighted grading scale, we decided to incorporate the 3.5 weighted across the board for students. So that is on, majority of the students. I think the highest grade point average you have right now for our senior class is a 4.33. So that gives you an idea.
What is the minimum math unit you have to maintain?
The minimum, you have to have 4 actually math credits in all core areas. So that would be like a combination of like Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Geometry, Algebra 3. Some students that take algebra in 8th grade will opt to transfer that to high school as a high school credit, so that can count. And then some don't. So if they start out with like geometry as a freshman, then they would just have to start with geometry and then go up from there, like into honors. Algebra 2, trig, intro to calc, problem stats, calculus, things of that nature. So there's 4 required, 4 credits of math.
How many foreign language units do you have to complete?
And that's a good question, because a lot of students think that you have to have foreign language to graduate from high school, but actually that's one of our criterion for Gold Scholar. So you need to have 2 years of foreign language, and it must be in the same language. So we offer French and Spanish, so it has to be either 2 years in French or 2 years in Spanish.
Thank you, Jacob, and thank you to Mrs. Minnemeyer and Mrs. Jansen for participating in the interview.
To get a better perspective on what goes on in these programs, we interviewed some high school students.
We're Tori Roseman and Kate Ruther, and they're going to talk to us a little bit about high school and getting ready for college. State your name and what program you're doing.
Well, my name is Cade Ruther. I'm in FFA, the National FFA organization, and I also played high school football, and I highly recommend doing both and maybe even going out there and doing more.
What do you do in the CYV/A+ program?
For CYV, you come and you assist the teachers, and you can also help students at the same time. Where at A+, you are basically just student tutors helping them out, whatever they need.
As a middle schooler, what should we know to get ready for college?
As a middle schooler, to get ready for college, I would say prepare by taking classes, certain classes that will get you ready for college, and also applying for lots of scholarships. You'll hear a lot about that at the high school, and it's always good to have lots of scholarships so you have a ton of money for college.
What's something you wish you knew as a middle schooler that you know now?
To be more responsible and do all your homework, and to watch out for the hallways because they're very chaotic.
Have you taken the ACT, and do you think it's important?
Yes, I've taken the ACT. It's really important because colleges really look at your ACT score and your GPA, and the higher ACT score you could get scholarships for your ACT score, and most colleges will accept you. You need a certain ACT score to get into a college.
What program are you doing, kid?
Right now I'm in CYV as Community Youth Volunteer, and I was also an A+ last semester.
What are you doing? What program are you doing, Tori?
I'm also in CYV right now, and I also did A+ last year.
Did you know the average ACT score for high schoolers is 21?
We're with Tyler Richter-Kessing, and he's going to talk to us about some high school programs and how to get ready for college. What program are you doing right now?
So right now I am a FFA officer for the Troy FFA chapter. I am the historian. So like that, I help lead the club, and we set dates for times and everything that for things we're going to do, activities we're going to do. I'm also a officer for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and that I like. In the mornings we have meetings and we give presentations about stuff like that, and I'm also a member of the National Honor Society.
What do you do in the CYV and A+ program?
For A+, I am a math tutor for Mrs. Cook, and I help her 7th grade math with their basic math learning and just help tutor them so they can learn better at math.
As a middle schooler, what should we know to get ready for college?
For college, what you guys need to do, I'd say focus more on your schoolwork. In college, or in high school, there's a lot more opportunities that you have. Like right now, I'm taking 4 or 5 college classes to get me ready for college, but just know more of the advanced classes will get you more prepared.
What is something you wish you knew as a middle schooler that you know now?
Going in, I wish I knew to get more involved. I just wish starting off I would have got more involved. I waited till my junior year to get more involved, and if you start freshman year getting more involved and going to sports and going to games like that, participating in them, it's a lot more fun.
Have you ever taken the ACT, and do you think it's important?
I have taken it twice, and it is important to get into colleges. They do look at that, and it will help you get scholarship money.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jacob, and the students that participated in this interview.
I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and we will see you next month.